Hi everyone and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel and I'm your reader every time you visit this channel. If you're new to my channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell notification so that you will be able to find your way back to me. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for allowing me to have the opportunity to read for you again. This reading is intended for twin flames, and as I'm reading, I'll be talking about masculine and feminine energy, but please keep in mind that we all have masculine and feminine energy in our being, so if you need to reverse the roles, please feel free to do so. This month, I've decided to just do a collective reading. Sometimes I'll break it down by elements or signs. Going forward next month, I'll probably go back to doing that, but just for now, I'm doing one twin flame for the month. Also, just so you know, I am having a $31 email reading sale in honor of Halloween. The link will be in the description box and then pinned to the comments at the top down below. And that will give you like 3 to 5 pages as well as photos of the cards that I pull. And you'll be able to ask up to 3 questions if you desire. I'm going to collect the deck and we'll get right into your reading. This reading is for the rest of October, but it may resonate whenever you find it. All right, so I've shuffled your cards and I pulled them all out. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. And what I'm seeing from the masculine's energy, it's making me feel as though he may be in a commitment elsewhere. If not, he is dealing with someone else or has been dealing with someone else. And this relationship is really past its expiration date. I'm seeing that quite strongly. But this has played a huge role in between the masculine and the feminine being able to come into union. I feel like whoever this other person is, they actually do this on purpose. For some of you, your masculine is not dealing with anyone in a relationship capacity, but they have an ex that's always kind of inserting themselves between the two of you as soon as they get wind that you're trying to fix things. Your masculine for you feminine are coming through in the past as energy of the Strength card in the reverse, but then we have They're Not You. So this is looking a lot like there was some sort of temptation that your masculine fell victim to. Now, that was a choice. So I don't mean to say it like he fell victim, but I mean he didn't do what he was supposed to do is what this looks like. Shared energy is the 10 of Swords with ego, and I'm seeing that the both of you are struggling because at this time, or in the past rather, and that's what's affecting the now, the choice that the masculine made had the feminine feeling as though she was having to not only chase him because she's coming through as I'm tired of chasing you, but she felt incredibly rejected. Like, you know what? I'm right here. And you still make all these choices to go be with other people, or I feel like you're consistently leaving me out. I think that this person, whoever this third energy is very, very good at manipulating the masculine. And we have soulmate in the reverse, which is my karmic partner card, as well as fear. So it seems as though this karmic partner has instilled some sort of fear in the masculine, whether in the past they cheated on him or they just were like verbally or psychologically abusive in the sense that they told him they couldn't do better or whatever the case. Those old fears are triggered or have been triggered, and that's what caused this last separation that I'm seeing in the past. Now, the blockage here is the 7 of Wands in the reverse and love in the reverse. So there's a huge issue right now, or it has been, with the masculine allowing his environment to affect how he treats his feminine. He's incredibly concerned about what other people think, how people view the situation. He's allowing other people to really dictate the way that he moves. And that's creating a lot of barriers in regards to the feminine. There's also an energy here of the masculine having lost his temper. And maybe he said some things that made the feminine give up, is what this is looking like. Because when the 7 of Wands comes out in the reverse, sometimes, I mean, not only does it really speak to ego, but it talks about being incredibly triggered for no real reason, right? Like maybe if you were in the wrong and somebody says, like, I don't like the way that you were treating me, rather than being receptive to the conversation, this is more becoming angry right away and causing a huge scene so that you can leave, because your pride may have gotten in the way in this connection for the masculine who are watching. Now, obstacle is love in the reverse. So there could have been some words said. It looks like there was a verbal agreement to end this connection because there's someone that's very sneaky involved here. There's somebody that really comes between the two of you. And it's like, no matter how you try to move the connection forward, this person has a way of undermining everything that you're building. So with the blockage being the Seven of Wands in the reverse, that talks a lot about the masculine not setting the boundaries that he needs to set to be able to really keep the relationship private or to not allow people to interfere, right? And then with the feminine's blockage being the Seven of Wands in the reverse, to her, she's really tired of fighting for this connection. It's almost like she feels as though the masculine is kind of a puppet, whether it even could be family, but it's always feeling as though she has to fight this huge group of people just to be able to get him to see eye to eye with her or understand where she's coming from. Or it's like as soon as they come to some sort of agreement, he goes back and talks to the people in his friend circle or his family or his karmic, and then they plant all these seeds in his mind that makes him get triggered about things that he really shouldn't be triggered about, is what this is looking like to me. Now, energy at present, we have our feminine coming through with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and I'm tired of trying in the reverse. Masculine is coming forward with the Queen of Wands currently, so that's some interesting energy. We've got him saying, I want you in my life, but also not being willing to really address what happened in the past, because we do have the ego card as well as my ego led me astray, but he's still not seeing it that way, right? Now for my feminine, we had a lot of cards come out. So there's a lot that needs to be said from the feminine's perspective, but I feel like she really pulled her energy back. So we have, why do you shut me out? Why is this so hard? I can't heal you. And then in the reverse, I hate that I still want you. We also have at the bottom of the deck for the feminine, I miss you so much and I love you in the reverse, but who is that? Quite big letters here in the upright. So this is showing me that this, whatever this was that the masculine did with whoever this is, that's really the feminine's focus, is like, you know what? I don't get why you make this so difficult. Who the hell is that? And at this point, for you feminine, I feel like this is the first time in a long time that you actually have not missed your masculine like you usually do when you have these arguments. I feel like you're starting to question, is this a love worth fighting for? Because your heart chakra is beginning to close to this connection, and I can feel that very strongly. Now, Knight of Pentacles reversed for my feminine, so tell me about that. The Devil reversed. Yeah, this is interesting because it's quite literally like the feminine is not willing to keep investing in this connection. But when I asked about the I'm tired of running in the reverse, because I pulled one for the Devil, or one for the Knight of Pentacles and one for what she's saying, she's not willing to keep working at this because she feels like it's still too toxic. There's too many people involved. There's too many people, quite literally, like this is kind of that puppeteer energy I was talking about, where somebody's really holding the reins of the masculine. So until she sees that that's changed, she's not willing to continue dealing with this. But there is a real awareness here that there's love, that this is the person that she wants to be with. And there is a Four of Wands in the reverse. So this is that twin flame energy. And this is saying quite literally, like, I'm not going to fight for this. And if you want to go over there and be with those people, you know what? More power to you, because that's not going to last very long, right? So if you're seeing your person with someone else for you feminine, you know very well that you hold their heart and that that person is not your twin's other half. This is kind of the energy of like, I'm tapping out of this round. I'm not going to fight this battle. Maybe later, but not right now, because I'm going to let this person learn on their own that that's not actually what they want, right? Now, for the masculine, the Queen of Wands came out for his energy at present. So the Fool, Six of Cups reversed. Oh, yuck. High Priestess. Yeah, it looks like the masculine is trying to go off with the karmic partner, maybe trying to contact the divine feminine, but keeping it a secret from the karmic partner because they're still too attached to this situation. So for some of you feminine, you feel as though you're always being hidden, and you feel like that's still the case. And I would tend to agree with you based on what I'm seeing here. For others of you, if you have not heard from your masculine, it could be that he's trying very hard to make himself look like everything is fine, and he's hiding his pain around the disconnect that you both are experiencing at this time. Tell me that, yeah, for some of you, your person is out dating or trying to, dust this karmic partner off. But what's really interesting is the shared energy is actually the Eight of Cups in the reverse, with self-esteem in the reverse and smothered. So I feel like this is kind of a yo-yo, right? Like back and forth for this divine masculine. Could be that he is experiencing a lack of self-esteem and dealing with the karmic, and then realizing that that's not what he wants because he's feeling incredibly smothered. For the feminine, I feel like you're in a space, for those of you watching, where you're thinking a lot about your twin, but at this time, you feel as though until this person starts to level up and really understand their own worth, there's nothing that you can do as far as this connection. Emotionally, though, you both keep coming back to one another. So let's find out for the feminine, what is this Eight of Cups reversed? Okay, so you feminine are working on yourself, and you want your twin to come back, obviously, but you're doing a lot of work at trying to kind of close out any old cycles in your life that could be keeping this connection stuck, because you're very well aware that you don't want to keep feeding into a situation and kind of perpetuating the toxicity that's been in this connection. So this is you pulling yourself away, and really, rather than looking at your twin and being like, these are the things you need to fix, you're trying to fix anything within yourself that could possibly raise the vibration of this connection so that your twin will be able to come back to you and feel that energetically. So very good for you, feminine, because not only are you awake to what this connection is, but you're very well aware of what needs to happen to be able to facilitate movement in this. Now, masculine, what is this Eight of Cups for? Yeah, I feel like masculine's just kind of moving kind of crazy right now. There's a lot of confusion in his energy. He's not seeing the situation for what it is. He's still not awake to what this connection is, because this is showing me that he's doing a lot of thinking about what he'd have to give up to be in either situation. So, for example, if he's going to be with the feminine, does that mean he has to give up the family, the karmic partner, the whatever? Or if he's going to be with those people, would he have to give up his feminine? And to him, he still feels like it's kind of a lose-lose. Like he's still weighing it out. And so he's trying to spend time with these people to decide if that's something he can live without. But meanwhile, he's missing the feminine. So quite frustrating energy. Page of Cups, what's that about? Three of Swords reversed. So for you, feminine, there will be a discussion. Could be an apology is what this looks like. But the difficulty here with this Three of Swords in the reverse, let me just make sure. Well, this is kind of, yeah, that's exactly it. This is the energy of somebody who's like, hey, I'm sorry, but this is my family, or this is my kid's mom. So, I kind of gotta play it nice or listen to what they have to say, right? Like they will come to the conclusion that they don't want to be without you, which is quite literally what they're saying is, I want you in my life. But they're also not willing to address the fact that they keep these people in their life because of their ego, nothing more, nothing less, right? That's their entourage or their fan club or their cheerleaders. And they could cut these people out if they chose to. But they're not ready to because they do like the attention that they get from this group of people, right? And so this is kind of a cop out in some ways. You may be experiencing this currently. This may be an energy that hits you closer to the end of October, beginning of November, or this could even be something that you've already gone through with this person. Your obstacle, however, is the Hermit in the reverse. So again, the obstacle is kind of making the same decisions over and over. And it seems like the masculine is very much doing that. As far as the feminine, this obstacle talks about, do you want to keep investing in something that looks exactly the same? Feminine has made the decision to pull back from this connection until it looks like the masculine is really ready to move forward from whatever this is that he's so stuck to. So the obstacle quite literally is being able to return because detachment is growing as time goes by. And I feel like the feminine is waiting to hear something other than I don't know, right? And all the apologies in the world, like, this has been happening, so it doesn't really matter if the masculine apologizes because it seems as though the behavior is going to continue or he's going to continue to allow people to interfere. And for you feminine, I feel like at this time, you're just feeling like it's not worth it to try to give to this connection. So I'm going to take this to the extended reading. I want to take a look at what this discussion entails. I'm going to take a look at future actions and feelings as well as the outcome and the advice. We're going to look at what your situation will be as well as the blockage, which this karmic is for whoever's watching. They're very much involved with this situation. Let me pull some advice cards for my feminine viewers. So let's get you ladies or gentlemen first, depending on what you identify with. We have ask for help from others. Wait at the bottom of the deck in the reverse. Tell me about this. Big happy changes in the reverse. Forgiveness in the reverse. So right now, nothing's really changing. This is saying, though, to allow the masculine at least the information of what you need. I feel like you've been pretty clear up until this point, but this is saying to try to keep that communication going where, because for them, they may feel like, well, I apologize. What's the problem? Be very concise in your delivery and tell them exactly why this is an issue, right? Because as frustrating as it is, I do feel like every time masculine leaves and comes back, it gets a little bit better. It seems like they think a lot in your absence. So, if you can try to tell them what you need, it may not be this time around, but it does look like that would actually be beneficial for your future, okay? Now, masculine, let's get some advice for your energy, male or female, however you identify. What's this? It's up to you reversed. Listen to your intuition. All right, so for you masculine, it's not up to you. I'm sorry, because the thing is you're giving your power to everybody around you. And as long as you continue to do that, the feminine is going to keep making this decision for you, okay? There are some things that are happening in this connection that are absolutely non-negotiable. If you want to come back into union with your feminine, they're going to have to be addressed. We also have listened to your intuition. So I feel like that's something that you're trying very hard not to do, masculine. And it's time to really start doing that, because whether you feel a deep connection to your feminine or not, there's nothing in life that says you have to be with your twin just because you have a twin. So just be mindful of the fact that your feminine can absolutely build a life with someone else, and maybe that connection will be different. Maybe the intensity will be different, or the passion will feel different, or whatever. But she's not bound to you in such a way that you can drag her or him along for the ride, right? This is your heart chakra, and this is showing me that this is closed. So it's very much time for you to do some work on that, because it seems like you're a little bit out of touch. For you feminine energy viewers, you would do very well to work on your solar plexus, because that talks a lot about the kind of love we accept, our self-esteem. And if you can start working on that, I feel like that would actually help your masculine, because he's accepting some really toxic energy into his life based on the fact that he needs validation from whoever this is, or whatever this represents. So maybe if you can try to send that loving light to him as well as you're working on your own solar plexus, that would benefit him. All right, I'm going to take this over to the extended reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I will speak to all of you again soon, but in the meantime, good luck, and you take care of yourselves. Bye. And maybe you're not going to directly say to your masculine, you need to fix this, because we actually do have, you need to fix this in the reverse. But I think you're going to send that message, and then when they don't give you the reply you're looking for, that's the confirmation to you that it's time to move on in regards to this connection, because it's just not going anywhere at this time. And masculine is still bitter, right? Like, they're coming off as being kind of bitter, still quite committed elsewhere, whether it's family or a karmic partner. And they don't seem like they have it to give at this time. So for you feminine, I think that you're actually going to be moving into something a little bit more solid and stable. And that'll have the masculine feeling quite rejected and making the decision to continue back with this karmic partner. But what's interesting is they're coming to the realization that they're not in love with this person and that this is only temporary. So even though this is a very frustrating situation, just know that things are moving, things are changing. It's just very much behind the scenes, and it's not in a way that you feel as though you will be able to see it, right? Because this is kind of something he's going through that he's not willing to verbalize. And it's also not changing the dynamic of the connection at this time, but it is changing. I feel like for a lot of you, your masculine will have you walk away. And what's interesting is, as I've been reading for all of you, it's like this very much back and forth, and the feminine is very sad. And now this is more resignation. This isn't even really sadness. It's just kind of more like, maybe not in this life, like whatever. I don't even know if I could take you back after all the damage that's been done. Like, I don't know that whatever higher power I believe in would want me sitting here feeling this way.
And now it's time for our subscriber spotlight. Because you all show me so much love and support every month, I want to show you how much I appreciate it by taking the time to recognize you. If you're doing something cool that you want to tell me about, send me an email so I can feature you in my newsletter and my monthly videos. This month's subscriber spotlight shines on C.D. Timms from Australia. Mr. Timms has just written and published his first children's book about a curious dinosaur named Bonnie, who goes on a wild adventure. The book garnered rave reviews at my mom's daycare, and I'm sure the children in your life will love it too. To purchase Bonnie Dinosaur, you can visit Amazon or click the link in the description box below. Congratulations, Mr. Timms, on your new book. I wish you so much happiness and success in your literary career.